Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am your host, Tommy. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Man, fuck. I thought we had it, guys. I really did, man. That's a tough one, man, for me. That is a goddamn tough one, man. I really thought we had it there, guys. Man, I don't. Our defense was miserable in the second half. Josh did everything he could. Gabe Davis was a freak out there, man. It's sad, man. It's so sad because I really believed in this team, and the defense finally just they could not stop Mahomes in the second half. No fucking way we lose this defense. Yeah, I don't understand, man. 13 seconds. Yeah, it's yeah. Frazier did not come today. He didn't bring it at all. You got to put that on McDermott as well, guys. I mean, come on, man. 13 seconds. That's ridiculous. That should have never happened. The defense played super soft at the end there, guys. And I don't know what else to tell you guys there. I mean, giving up chunk yards with 13 seconds with 3 timeouts. To be honest with you, I'd rather have put just more pressure on them. That's a sad way to lose, man. Alpha, yeah, it just doesn't go our right. It doesn't go our way, guys. I don't know what it is about being a Buffalo Bills fan, man. I'll tell you what, if we win that coin toss, we win the game, guys. Josh Allen was unstoppable in the second half. He was unstoppable. He was a freak, especially in that fourth quarter. Gabe Davis was unstoppable. It boiled down to that coin toss at the end, and we just you kind of felt it, man. The defense just did not have an answer at all. I thought I did. Man, we have to own it. Congrats, KC. Yeah, man. Weird defense today. We have no listen. We worked all off season to get to this point, to get to this game, to play the Chiefs, and we still had no answer. I think that's the saddest thing because our offense had an answer. Listen, guys, our offense came to play. We did our job on offense. You know, I was worried at the half. Not worried, but I was saying, you know what? 14 got to have more than that. Sorry if my voice has gone a little bit, guys. I was screaming. I mean, we put down 36. We had a great second half. But our second half on defense was miserable. It was miserable, man. We could not get Mahomes off the field. We didn't make any big plays, no turnovers, no nothing. Number one defense, my ass did not show up. Yeah, it didn't. Listen, we got work tonight, guys. We got work. The Buffalo Bills got work tonight, and it sucks, man, because all that talk going in that game was how the defense was built. We built this defense to play Kansas City. We knew this time was coming, and we still let them have 42 points. We still couldn't win. We did everything we could on offense, man. I feel like if the offense would have played how they played in the second half and the first half, maybe we're talking different now, but no excuses. Leslie Frazier, I love him, but he didn't show up. I love Sean McDermott. Unfortunately, did not show up in this game defensively. Had no answers. Leslie Frazier was too busy interviewing. Maybe. Well, he's gone. He won't be here. Listen, guys, too, it's not even on all. Let's be real. And I'm going to be real with you guys. The personnel, missing Tre'Davious White, I didn't think was going to play a big factor. It was a big factor. Levi Wallace could not guard Tyreek Hill at all. They were getting way too much space. Way too much. I felt like we were letting Kelsey just do his thing, getting like way too much space covering. I did not like it, man. No, Jack, you can't fire the coaches. Look what they've done. 4 out of 5 years. I get it. It takes time, man. Be patient, man. I'm pissed too. You don't hear my voice is gone. But you can't fire McDermott. McDermott's really done a good job. It's just, unfortunately, man, we are not yet built to beat the Chiefs yet. I hate to say it, man. I wanted to believe we were. I wanted to believe this defense was ready, and it wasn't, man. It wasn't. 13 seconds is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Guys, it's killing me to even be on here, man. I wasn't going to come on, but you know what? Win or lose, man, that's what I do. Here on that DMP sign pisses me off. Yeah, man. Whatever, man. I'm all those fucking stupid Mahomes commercials pisses me off too. But what are you going to do, guys? Listen, it's an off season coming up. We need to address the cornerbacks room. I told you guys, I do like Levi Wallace. I do like Dane Jackson. But they're not the answer, man. They're not the answer. We also got to get better up front. We could not get to Mahomes. Could not do it. The edge never got to him. He was just running around, buying time. So for all that building a defense to beat Mahomes, it didn't work. It didn't work. Alpha Rob, yeah. And then you let Hill and Kelsey catch the ball. Yeah. That last play is ridiculous. That the last drive for the field goal before overtime. You can't. Come on, guys. You can't let that happen. I don't give a fuck who is back there, quarterback. 13 seconds. That's ridiculous. There is no. I don't even know what to say there. That's the defense needs to. They can't leave this game with their heads up high. I love this defense. I do. I love Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, man. There's guys on here on this defense that I love, man. But man, they didn't show up. They didn't show up, man. I thought we played soft. I thought our tackling was bad. Listen, we had them in the backfield a few times and they still got 2 or 3 yards out of it. I'll tell you what, that one play to Kelsey to force overtime, they should have tried to keep him upright. They might have been able to kill the clock there, by the way, guys, if Kelsey doesn't go down. If they hold him upright, but, I don't know what to tell you guys, man. Fuck this BS 13 seconds early. What the fuck was that? Yeah, Scott, that's going to be going down in Buffalo Bills history as one of the worst defensive performances on a do we even call that a 2-minute drive? A 13-second drive to force overtime? That had him in the worst performance I've ever seen by a Buffalo Bills defense, especially since Sean McDermott and Frazier's been here. Am I right? I mean, honestly, that's miserable. That's so miserable, guys. Wallace doesn't suck, bro, Joey. He's just he's not. Listen, he had big shoes to fill. He had to fill Tre'Davious White shoes, but he's no Tre'Davious White. Come on, let's be real. Tre'Davious White's a top 5 corner in this league. And it showed tonight that we really missed him. Sad, man. Let me get to some stats real quick, guys. And I know you guys are just anxious. Can we also talk about how Josh flawed overtime rules are? Yeah, I know. Just how flawed that wasn't made for us to lose. Yeah, I know. But listen, it used to be a field goal wins it, Muhammad. Then they changed it to if you score a field goal, the other team has a chance if you didn't get the ball yet. So in a way, the NFL kind of tweaked it. But I get what you're saying. But those are the rules, man. Rules are rules. If we win that coin toss, we win that game, in my opinion. We go down, we score a touchdown. I believe everybody knew that in the stadium. But unfortunately, it was heads, man. It wasn't tails this time. Yeah, man, Joey, I agree. You can't let one of the fastest men in the NFL being out there with somebody on him, nobody around the fastest man in the NFL. Yeah, I know. Listen. There were so many mistakes, man. The tackling was poor. I thought we played very soft up front. We just couldn't. We had no answer from Mahomes. We had zero answer. Zero answer. I mean, it's frustrating. It is, guys, because Offense did everything they could to win this game, man. 60, in my opinion, we have Trey White. We win this game. Yeah, it's a totally different game. I agree. I 100% agree. But injuries happen, bro. They also lost Tyrann Mathieu. I'm just saying, and we exposed them in that second half. So injuries are injuries, bro. No excuse, man. You know, we had the number one defense. We stayed with the number one defense even when Trey was gone. We just have no answer right now for Mahomes and this Chiefs team. We have just no answer. And I gotta say it. I gotta say it. We got out coached again. Got out coached. I will give Dable a little credit. He did make second half adjustments, but I hated his first half calling except for the first drive. The first drive and then the Josh Allen drive towards the second quarter to make it 14. Other than that, everything in between there was terrible. The second half, though, he let Josh be Josh, and that's what I was expecting the whole game. So, but I can't blame the offense, man. I got to put this on McDermott, and I got to put it on Frazier this time, man. And it's very, very rare do I blame anything on Frazier. I'm going to be honest with you. I was expecting him to have a better second half. You know, I thought he did well, really, the first half. 14 points isn't much, but look at the second half. I mean, my God. I'm gonna comment tomorrow, brother. I'm just lost for. Yeah, I know, man. I'm lost for words. I'm on here just mumbling and I'm sorry, guys. I thought we had it, man. I really did, guys. But you know, God couldn't give me this, man. He couldn't. You know, it's just like I don't know what to tell you guys, man. It's just like we have like this curse, man. You know, like all I can say is keep building up, keep building. You know, we're going to get a new defense coordinator. I think Frazier is gone. I think Dable's gone as well. So we're going to have two new coordinators. So that's a good thing, guys. It's a change coming to Buffalo. But now Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott have to get back to work, guys. They got to get back to work. I'll tell you what. I loved the Gregory Rousseau pick, but I didn't like the Boogie Basham pick after. They could have went for a corner. I'm just saying. I'm being really honest with you guys there. I thought that was a weird pick there. Obviously, the Spencer Brown pick was great, but didn't like the back-to-back edge rushers. I mean, what did that do for us today, guys? Did nothing. Did absolutely nothing. Rousseau was a non-factor. Boogie Basham non-factor. So why weren't they were drafted for this moment? Well, the moment came and went, and we lost. So I mean, like. You know, how great was that moment? We got to get better. We got to get better pressure up front, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. I love Ed Oliver. I still think Ed Oliver Ed Oliver actually played pretty good tonight, but the rest, Star is a disappointment, guys. Let's be real. Stars have been a disappointment. Harrison was quiet tonight. The four could not get to Mahomes. Couldn't. The edge was nowhere tonight. So you got to listen. I think McDermott and Beane has some work to do with this defense. I'm going to be real with you. They got to get some playmakers there. I would have loved Von Miller. I mean, that trade the trade they did was smart, but that's the thing where I go back to weeks ago when I talk about the trade deadline and Brandon Beane being a little bit too stingy with his draft picks, right? Like you telling me right now we couldn't have used a Von Miller in this game? I'm just saying the Rams going to give up too much for a playmaker. That dude's making plays all over the field, man. Yeah, I'm just saying we pulled the trigger. That's 2 years in a row we didn't pull the trigger on a trade, man. When we're going to a playoffs, like in my opinion, man, if you're a playoff team, you got to pull the trigger on some trades, man. You got to bring in some talent in here, to fill in some weak spots that we have to put us to the next level. We didn't, right? Exactly, Dwight. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. We why not? Why wouldn't we make that move? I don't understand it, man. Like, I love Brandon Beane. I'll continue to tell you guys this. I love Brandon Beane. I love Sean McDermott. That's why Jack said fire him. No, you can't fire McDermott. Listen, 4 out of 5 years getting into the playoffs is very impressive, guys. What Brandon Beane's done for this team is phenomenal. I've been a fan since '89. I went through a drought. I know what bad teams are. This isn't a bad team. It's just they made a few mistakes. They did, and it's going to happen, guys. Brandon Beane is going to own up to it. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's going to tell you guys what they need to do and that they're going to work hard in the offseason. You know, it's time to go to look at these college players now. See who's coming out in the draft. Free agency. Possible trades. You got to bring some more to this team, man. You got to. Offensive line needs to be fixed a little bit. By the way, I thought the offensive line did pretty well tonight. I can't complain. I can't. I think Ryan Bates deserves a shot to be the starting left guard on this team. I think we have a true gem in Spencer Brown at right tackle. Darrell Williams that'll be questioned. We'll see what Brandon Beane does. Mitch Morse, will he retire? That you know, he could, guys. He very well could. Obviously, Deion Dawkins is good to go. Other than that, man, you know, if I'm Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, the draft, I am going either cornerback or defensive tackle, and then offensive line. I'm good with offense, man. I think we have a star in Gabe Davis. He showed you guys that tonight. Obviously, our quarterback is a stud. I still like Devin Singletary. I still like Stephon Diggs, even though he was quiet tonight, but that's okay. Cole Beasley, will he stay around? I don't know. I think Isaiah McKenzie deserves a year or two on this team. I like him. So offensively, I'm good. I don't think we need to really address much on the offense. It's the defense we have to start looking at, guys. Tremaine Edmonds. No, that's not true. Bullseye. Beasley came up with some big catches at the end. I'll go through the stats, but he did. He had a really good fourth quarter. So I don't really agree with that. So Cole Beasley had 6 receptions for 60 yards. I mean, that's a good night. Gabe Davis was the star. 8 receptions for 201 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was a beast, man. The guy that really was nowhere to be found tonight was Stephon Diggs. Surprisingly, 3 catches, 7 yards. That's it, guys. That is it. Emmanuel Sanders, another guy that I thought maybe would have some impact in this game. 1 reception, 16 yards. Devin Singletary, 4 catches, 25 yards. So no, I don't agree with that. I thought Cole Beasley showed up. If anyone didn't show up tonight on offense, it was Stephon Diggs had a quiet night. And for a guy that has been soaking up, you know, has been thinking about this moment in his head from last season, he didn't show up. You know, now is that because Kansas City doubled him? Or is that because Josh just wasn't looking I don't know. You know, I mean, they have Josh keeping carb. Yeah, I know. Let me see here. Daniel Guerrero, I'm so pissed off because I hate the Chiefs and I wanted the Bills to win. Yeah, bro. I really truly believe like I said, we win the coin toss, we win, guys. But you know what it didn't happen. So let's go over stats real quick, guys, just to go over them. Josh Allen had a really good game, guys. 27 to 37, 329 yards, 8.9 average, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, quarterback rating on 136. He had a very good game. Josh Allen rushing, 11 carries, 68 yards, 6.2 average. Devin Singletary, 10 carries, 26 yards. Not the best day for him, 2.6, but he had a decent day receiving with the 4 catches, 25 yards. The defense did absolutely nothing, guys. Absolutely nothing. We had 2 sacks, but one of them was like a 4 sack out of bounds. Other than that, I'm not even calling that. I don't think we had any no turnovers. It was bad, man. It was really bad. Let me see here if I can get to the overall. Give me 1 second, guys. If I can get to the. Let's see here. Trying to get to the actual. Yeah, so the Chiefs scored 13 points in that fourth quarter. I mean, it was unacceptable, man. Unacceptable. Let's see here. Bullseye. They make our D look like what Chiefs had last year. Start. Yeah, bro. Listen, this loss is not on the offense, guys. It's on the defense, bro. Zach, fuck yes, man, dude. I was screaming so fucking loud in my house, guys, when we scored that final touchdown with that minute drive. I thought that was it, man. I really did, and I do question. I question the kickoff too. Tony Romo said it too. He said, "Why didn't they kick the ball like a squib kind of kick, or like a not a squib kick, but somewhere where it bounces off the ground, and wastes a couple more seconds?" Like we just once again, like the defense was just I don't get it, and that's play calling, guys. That's on McDermott. That's on the special teams coach. Like, but that's McDermott's call. He could have told uh Bass how to special teams coach to tell Bass to kick it a certain way. Didn't. So there was no time taken off on the kick return. I think they were too scared that Hill would return it. I mean, let's be real. I don't care how much we invest in our D line, they suck. Yeah, bro. No, the D line. We got to address the D line, man. Muhammad, I have no idea why they went for a touchback. Yeah, I don't either. That's what I don't. I'm confused on why they did that. Agreed. Our D line still sucks. Yeah, bro. Listen. Let's see here. JJ coming in. JJ, the Patriots offense is worse than I imagined. To think the Bills shut them down the way they did. Yeah. Well, listen. Who said the Patriots offense was good? Patriots offense stinks. Let's be real here. That's why I was so confident against the Patriots. The Patriots didn't do it. Wasn't like when they beat us the first time, they demolished us. Scored 14 points. It was our offense that failed that game. But the last two games against the Patriots, we shut them down pretty much. But the fact is the facts, man. We don't have a fucking answer for the Kansas City Chiefs. We don't have an answer for Patrick Mahomes. And it's sad. It is, because it could be done, guys. I've seen it. The Patriots shut down Patrick Mahomes, right? Tampa Bay shut down Patrick Mahomes. Yet, here we are again, losing to them in the playoffs. Once again, 42-36. Here we are talking about the defense and why we can't stop Patrick Mahomes. Time to say goodbye to our OC and DC. Yes, Apex Mikey, and that is my friend Mikey from Tailgate Talk on Fridays at 7:30 on hashtag. Oh, man. But yeah, listen, guys, I've been saying it. They are gone. They will be gone. And it is time for a different coordinator to step in. No matter what you guys feel about Frazier, I still like Frazier. I do. He's leaving anyways, but he had a bad game. He did. He had a bad game. I thought Dable had a so-so game, but he had a good second half. But it's time for him to leave too. I'm so fucking mad. Hey, Mikey, I'm mad too, man. I thought we had it. I did, but the thing is, I can't celebrate until there's 0 on the clock, man. And I don't know what to say, man. I had a bad feeling when there was 13 seconds, which you shouldn't have a bad feeling with 13 seconds, right? At the ball at the 25. Like, it was just a poor execution on this defense. Way too much space for these receivers. The Kelsey play, my God, man. What are you doing there, Levi Wallace? And then you let them get down. You should have held them up. If they held Kelsey up there, guys, think about it. There was like 4 seconds. Potentially could have held them up, and the game would have ran out. I mean, I know it's easier said than done. I'm just saying. They let him get down to, it's just like, that is just poor execution, man. Yes, I agree. Mikey, 100%, man. Coaching needs to be replaced. It's not going to happen, Justin. Listen, I get what you're saying, and we did get out coached, no doubt about it. But I still like McDermott. He's gotten to the playoffs. He deserves still a chance. It's the offensive coordinator one, and he's leaving. I think it's time for a new guy to step in, which is going to be, as you guys know, who I've been saying it the whole time, Ken Dorsey. I believe he's the next up. We'll see who the defensive coordinator is. That's going to be interesting. Does McDermott stay within the team and bring somebody up, or does he go out and find somebody? However, like I said, though, you still got to get the players. We're still short on the corner. Listen, facts are facts, guys. You can have the greatest defensive coordinator come here, but if you don't have the players to execute, here we are. This is true. This is true. Okay. So listen, Frazier wasn't out there missing tackles, right? Guys, let's be real here. Let's all be real. Yes, Frazier was calling the defensive plays, but there were so many missed tackles by this team. That's not Frazier's. That's not on Frazier. That's on the defense, right? The four that couldn't get pressure on Mahomes, is that on Frazier or is that on the defense? On the players. That's on the players. We have to address this. And once again, I go back to the trade deadline where we don't make any moves. And guess who made some moves? Guys, let's think about it real quick. I want you all to think about it. Who made moves right now that are in the playoffs? The Rams, Von Miller. The Chiefs, right? They brung in the guy from Pittsburgh. I forget his name because I'm going nuts. No Zimmer. Yeah, Zimmer. Man, sucked when we lost Zimmer. Chiefs got some guys to help, right? I'm just saying. We're the only team that made no moves. No moves. And that's a little frustrating. And I love Brandon Beane. But, guy, listen. Like, who cares about a fucking 4th-round pick? What's the goal here? The goal is to win a fucking Super Bowl. We're not a rebuilding team. This isn't a fucking rebuilding team. Give up a 4th and a 5th for a player that can get you to the next level. But no. He stays his ground. He doesn't don't want to lose that 5th round. Don't want to lose that. Oh, whew. No, 6th round for Von Miller. You got no way. Get that out of my face. What? Why? That's the frustrating part. That's the frustrating. Oh, I love Brandon Beane. I'm still gonna say it. Don't listen, guys. Don't say I'm talking shit about Brandon Beane. I'm just saying that he has some flaws, and I think that's one of them. He's a little bit too picky on trades and his draft picks. I think honestly, man, the trade for Kelvin Benjamin kind of fucked him up. I don't know why. I'm going back to that. I know he made the Stephon Diggs trade, but guys, that wasn't mid-season. That was after the season was already over. I'm talking about mid-season trades with the trade deadline to make a move. If you believe in your team and you believe that person will help your team in the playoffs. And once again, make no moves. Thomas saying hi. Hello, Thomas. Yeah, it was shitty. Thomas with a lot of highs. Hello, Thomas. I'm fucking pissed. Vaughn cost 2nd and 3rd. Yeah, but you know what, Mikey? Fine, 2nd and 3rd. But what the hell is Los Angeles Rams doing right now with that defense and Von Miller? Just saying. He looks pretty good. I once again though, I understand about the picks, but my God, if a player can get you to that next level, Super Bowl kind of level, do it. Listen, we are so desperate in Buffalo to get a Super Bowl. Who gives a fuck? Pull all the strings that you can to get guys here. And I feel like sometimes they were just a little bit too like happy with what they got, thinking that this is good enough, and it's just not. Man, my God, Thomas is saying hi to a lot of people. It was my son, sorry, guys. It's all right. Tell your son I said hi, and it really sucks that we lost. Zach should have went for it on 4th and 1 early. I know. There's a lot. Listen, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of plays, and I'm sorry that I'm blabbing on and I'm just not really talking. It's just I'm in shock. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm in shock. There's a lot of plays that I was head scratchers early on. The first drive was great. I thought Isaiah McKenzie in motion, everything was going just as planned. Like that was perfect execution, man. No, I don't. But why did we play Mikey that? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about getting to Patrick Mahomes, right? Getting to Patrick Mahomes was the focus all off season. Disrupting Patrick Mahomes, and we did not do that. We didn't do it at all. If we have a player like that could get some disruption in the backfield, that's where mistakes are made. We didn't do any of that. None of that. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry that I'm blabbing on. It's just it's tough. But let me go back to the game that I can remember because I'm so fucking my head is spinning, guys. It really is. I'm spinning. The first drive was great. They come back and score 7-7. Okay, all right. I'm cool with that. Let's get back on offense and handle our business. And we went to some power type offense. Power offense. What are we doing? Why wasn't Josh throwing the ball? Why wasn't Josh being Josh? Why did you stop running Josh in that most of the first quarter after that first drive? Most of the second quarter, except for the 2-minute drive, which we could have. It's almost like we could have done that the whole game. Am I right? It almost seems like when we just let our offense play to our strength, we scored every fucking time. It's when we started to play this power run game, it's when we totally went. We did nothing. Punt, right? 3 and out. Yeah. Nothing. And then it seemed like Dable woke the fuck up and was like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Go out there and play some football, Josh. And by then, maybe it was too late because we should have had more than 36. I'll be real with you guys. We should have had more than 36. Maybe this game's different. Maybe the defense sucks so bad we still give up the 42, but maybe we score in the high 40s and we win. I don't know. But either way, can't go back and, the game's over. Unfortunately, I'm here talking about a losing fucking Buffalo Bills team to the fucking Chiefs again. God damn it, man. And this was defense. Once again, guys. Fucking A, man. I'm so fucking pissed, man. I can't break nothing in my house, y'all. Okay. Listen, I ain't going to be that motherfucker. I ain't going to be that dude that throws shit in my house and break shit, all right? I'm pissed. I'm heartbroken, but I ain't breaking my TV or nothing. But me and Mikey, you guys, man, we're going to have a long off season football talk about what the fuck we're going to do for this Buffalo Bills defense to get over the hump of the fucking Kansas City Chiefs, because guys are not going anywhere. Patrick Mahomes is there. As you guys know, he's locked up for quite a bit. Tyreek Hill's locked up. Kelsey I think he's locked up. This was the chance we had this year. I got to tell you, because their defense was, it was all right. It was not special. But their offense remained the same, guys. Their offense is still their offense. They still got the fastest man on the planet, Tyreek Hill. They still got a fucking annoying-ass quarterback and fucking Patrick Mahomes. They still got one of the best tight ends in the league. No answer. Let me get to some of your questions. I'm sorry. Where was Knox? Yes. Where was Knox? Nowhere to be found. He dropped a fucking good, a perfectly well-placed ball early on in the game. You kind of see where his game was going there. Like, he just wasn't going to have a good game. He was nowhere to be found. He made some good blocks. Other than that, nowhere on offense. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm going to get to some of your questions, guys. Nathan, did our D make a play? No, they didn't. Absolutely no, they didn't. They didn't make one fuck. Every time the Chiefs had the ball, I was thinking they're going to score something. Right? Like, just hold them to a touchdown, because we could. I just felt like we weren't going to stop them at any point. And the best thing would be for a field goal. And my God, 13 seconds still can't fucking stop them at their 25. Pitiful, man. Fucking pitiful, man. Big facts, big stacks, 13 seconds. Come on. Yeah, dude, I agree. Bro, I agree. That's fucking sad, man. Josh Allen over there fucking, getting ready, to go to the next round. 13 seconds. That's a fucking shame, man. And I love certain players on this defense, but my God, it's time to really start addressing some of these players that we have. Do you want to pay Tremaine Edmonds? I was on board with it, depending on the deal. I'm a little so-so right now. I'm going to admit, I got to admit, I'm on the fence. I am on the fence with Tremaine Edmonds right now. He didn't do much. In big games, it seems like he's just nowhere to be found. I think Matt Milano was a great signing, guys, by the way. Matt Milano had a really good year. I'm not going to bash Matt Milano. He was winded. Kelsey beat him. I mean, it is what it is. Kelsey's a great tight end, guys. But, like I said, Tremaine Edmonds, I'm on the fence now, man. I wasn't earlier. I got to be honest. I wasn't earlier. But, man, facts are facts, man. What's he? He's just not doing it right now, man. Let me get to some of these questions. I'm sorry. Shout out to the O-line. Yes, Mikey. I brung that up. Big time, man. The O-line played their asses off tonight. And I brung that up earlier, Mike. Listen, they did their job tonight. Were they perfect? No, but they play very good. And I got to say, and I was saying this earlier, Mike, you got to start considering about Ryan Bates being our starting left guard moving forward. I thought he played very, very good since coming in. I think you start him. In my opinion, I think he did very well. The only guy that I'm iffy on, Darrell Williams. And I think Mitch Morse may retire. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. I'm not Mitch Morse's fucking family, but I think he's on his one more year he has left on his contract. But Mitch Morse has suffered so many concussions through his career. Maybe it's his time. Maybe he's thinking it's time to hang him up. Very possible. And that means we need to figure out the center position. And we need to figure it out anyways, guys, because even if he stays on board, that it'll be his last season. So we got to address that. So do you have Mongo move to center, or you just go out and get a center in free agency or the draft? It's a good I know Morse is only 29. I'm not saying about his age, Mikey, but Mitch Morse has suffered so many concussions through his career. I'm just saying mentally health-wise, it's very possible. And that wouldn't be the first time that a 30-year-old guy retired from the NFL based on injuries or just the fact that, he just can't do it anymore. I mean, look at Eric Wood. Now, Eric Wood's obviously a different situation because he had a neck thing that he could get paralyzed. But there is guys in the NFL that eventually just hang them up a little early because they can't do it anymore. So I'm just saying it's very possible that Mitch Morse could retire. I'm not saying he's going to. Don't blast me if you see her next year. Oh, you said Mitch Morse retire. I'm just saying it's possible. And he's still got to address the center position anyways, because I believe he's on his last year of his contract. I could be wrong. Mike would know better. Bates is supposed to be the guy with more scun. Okay, so you could put Bates at center, but he's playing very good at left guard. It's very possible that they put, for now, Mongo at center. Mongo is not a bad center, guys. Mongo has very good chemistry with Josh Allen as well. So I think I'd rather have Mongo at center and Bates at left guard, seeing how Bates played so well. But, we'll see. They'll address that. Muhammad also questioned, does Moss have eyes as he always miss openings? Oh, Moss is done. I think Moss is done, guys. I think what they'll wind up doing with the running back room, Breida's gone. I think Moss, he's on a rookie deal, so I don't see him being cut, but could he be part of like a trade package for like I don't know, for another player or draft pick? It's very possible. And then they go out and sign a free agent running back or maybe draft one in the later rounds. I'm not for drafting a running back early. I got to be real with you guys. And I don't think it's a desperate thing that we need. If you want to talk about desperate things we need right now for this Bills team, it's the defensive line. The defensive line has to be fixed. I was really worried about the offensive line, but now that they showed me with Ryan Bates in there that they could be effective, I think you can add another offensive lineman or two maybe and let them compete. But I think I'm okay with it. Draft another one. And by the way, Spencer Brown will only get better as the seasons go. He'll be even better. This was his rookie season. He wasn't even supposed to play. So maybe you get a free agent here, a veteran, but we do need maybe more of a bigger offensive lineman. Maybe you could, like Mike said, put Ryan Bates at center if Mitch Morse retires and go out and get a big left guard. And also Darrell Williams. Like I said, I think Darrell Williams, he did not live up to his contract, guys. Did not. But the defensive line, I am concentrating on in this draft. I am cutting some players. They got to go. As you know, Brandon B made the other mistake with Vernon Butler. Way overpaid. I don't understand for a guy that doesn't do anything. It's inactive. That was another mistake for Bean. So you got to address that. As much as I like Harrison Phillips, he is not the answer, guys. He's a good rotational player, but he is not the answer at that spot. Ed Oliver right now is the only guy I'm comfortable with on that line. I think Jerry Hughes is his time to retire. I'm going to be real with you. And I love Jerry Hughes, and I really hope that he retires a Buffalo Bill. Like, I hope he doesn't take a one-year deal somewhere else and just, is a rotational kind of guy. Like, end your career like that. Just end it here. I got nothing but respect and love for Jerry Hughes. But I think his time has come. Mario Addison, same thing. I think his time has come. Unfortunately, he's a good guy too, but his time's come. So we have some things we have to address, and I don't feel comfortable going into next season with just Gregory Rousseau and AJ Epinesa and Boogie Basham. I'm sorry, I don't. I know some of you guys do, but I don't. AJ was a non-factor most of the season, and I really had high hopes for AJ Epinesa, but he was a non-factor. He played a couple good games. Other than that, he was quiet all season. For a guy that had so much praise going into the season, he really didn't do much. Gregory Rousseau is a project, and I think he has a high ceiling, and he's going to be good. But Boogie Basham may take some time, and maybe he's just a rotational guy. Maybe that's just what he is, a good rotational guy. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We got to address the edge as well. Because you can't just have all young guys in there. It's going to be not good. And then, like I said, Tremaine Edmonds, you really got to think about what you want to do there. Brandon Bean has to make the right decision. And I really believe whoever comes in the next coordinator, we got to start pressuring quarterbacks better. We have to, guys. This thing where we don't get to the quarterback has been going on for years now in Buffalo. I got to be real. I don't like it. I don't like it. You got to get after the quarterback. Force him to get rid of the ball. Force him to make a mistake. Can't leave him back there wide open, man. Just doing what he wants to do. And that's what we did last year. And that's the whole reason why we went out and got edge rushers, right? It's the whole reason for tonight. And look what happened. Nothing. No rush. Scared. We're scared to rush him because he'll beat us. And that, you shouldn't be like that, man. A defense should get after you. And that's it. If you don't have the personnel, then you're scared. So I think that's what it is, man. I think the coaching, the McDermott didn't trust his players enough to get after Mahomes. And that's why he played this soft kind of zone defense, which I fucking hate, man. I hate soft-ass zone defense. I can't stand it, man. And look, when we went man, we got fucking burnt, man. Their speed killed us, right? Levi Wallace, I like, but, man, he's not a fast cornerback. And he has to give up space because he'll get beat if he plays tight coverage, right? Dane Jackson's still young, guys. He's still learning. But other than that, man, no pressure. I don't like it, man. I'm sorry. And that's twice now. Zero blitzes. No, don't bring the blitz because, oh, God, he's going to beat us on the blitz. I hope this changes. I do. Yeah, why? Passive defense. Yeah, very passive. I agree. Nathan, sucks. It don't work. Yeah, bro, it don't work. Muhammad, 4 guys after Mahomes. All they did was slow him down and leave others open. Yeah, bro. Bro, not only that, they couldn't get to him. And when they finally did, they went out so far on the outside that they left a wide open, gaping hole in the middle from the run. It was just bad. It was bad. So, like I said, I don't know if it's so much on Frazier tonight, though I will put some blame on him. I got to put it on the players, man, right? Nobody stepped up tonight, guys. Nope. Let's be real. Let's all be real. Not one player stepped up on defense tonight. Offensively, I could tell. Josh Allen, Gabe Davis, Cole Beasley, I thought stepped up. Devin Singletary had a decent game, right? So we have players step up on offense. Defense? Nah. Nothing, bro. Nothing. Fucking shameful, man. Nothing, bro. No turnovers. No big sacks. No strip fumbles. Nothing. Soft-ass defense tonight, man. And I hate saying that because I still like our defense. We just got to tweak it. We got to correct some things, man. And I think it starts with that defensive line, guys. You are 100% right. Defensive line and cornerback, man. And I was really pissed that we didn't take a fucking cornerback in this year's draft. And we didn't even address it in free agency. Didn't even get a fucking corner in free agency. Didn't even try. What the fuck, man? See, like that shit. You see? And then it came and it bit us right in the fucking ass on the biggest stage. Bit us right in the ass on the biggest stage because Brandon Beane didn't go out and get what was needed. Instead, I don't know what he was doing in the draft with the back-to-back edge. I'm sorry. I will still go back to that. I don't care who debates me on that. The future and Mario Addis and Jerry Hughes are going to retire, and these guys are. Stop it. Stop it. Okay? Come on, man. Gregory Rousseau, fine. Get a fucking cornerback in the next round. Get a defensive fucking lineman in the second round. What are you doing? I'm so fucking frustrated, guys. The sad part is we lost last year because of soft defense. Now is soft offense. Now, I'm sorry, Muhammad. The sad part is we lost last year because of soft offense. Now it's soft defense. I agree. I fucking agree, man. Dig up Buddy Ryan. Yeah. For real, man. I mean, listen. The Chiefs aren't unstoppable. Right? Fucking Tampa beat them last year. They smoked them. The Patriots smoked them a few years before that. They are beatable, guys. They lose games, right? You if you get them Mahomes, you play it right, you can win against the Chiefs. They're not that fucking great. I'm telling you. But if you play soft ass defense like we did tonight on this fucking zone, soft zone, whatever the fuck that was, no pressure on Mahomes, the 4 can't get to him, you are fucked. You're fucked. And then letting their playmakers run all over you. Tyreek Hill, all shameful. Can't tackle the guy. Letting fucking Kelsey wide open. What? What are you doing? Why are you running prevent type of defense, soft ass zone with 13 seconds? If it was me, I would have brung. I'm sorry. I get it. I get the pressure. The blitz don't work. I would have brung the heat. Brung the heat and go with that. Let Mahomes get rid of the ball early, right? Let him scramble around, lose some more time. Instead, you let him sit back there and pick his fucking poison. Fucking sad, man. Fucking sad, bro. Ravens defense core is available. Do we hire him? I think you got to look outside of Buffalo on this one. In my opinion, what is his name? Vic Fangio for the Denver Broncos. He would be a good defensive coordinator. He's a very good defensive coordinator. Yeah, the Ravens defensive coordinator. That was a surprise move that they fired him. He would be a good pickup for the Buffalo Bills. But like I said, the guys, Brandon Beane has to start getting players to make plays. That's it. These players that we have, they're not making plays, man. Let's be real. I love Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. I'm going to leave them alone because they're still my top dogs. To be honest with you, they're the top dogs of the safeties, in my opinion. Okay, the best duo, safety duo. Trey White, great. Get him back. Hopefully he gets back in time. No problems coming off that injury. But then, now we got to address some stuff. We got to get a corner now. Levi Wallace is not the answer. I do like Levi Wallace. I love Levi Wallace. I appreciate everything he's done, the hard work he's done to get where he's at. But ain't the answer. Dane Jackson, ain't the answer. He ain't the answer, guys. Teron Johnson, I like him, but he saw some years to prove himself here, right? To get better. All right, he's still young. He can get better. But we got stuff to address, man. Right? So let's be real. Ed Oliver, the only guy I like right now on that line. It's the only guy. That's not good. That means we got to blow that shit up. Right? Star, we have to figure out what we're going to do with Star because he ain't worth it. He ain't worth it. I don't know what you do. I don't know his contract situation and getting out of it. I don't know how much money you save by getting out. If you save anything, do you trade him? Maybe get something for him? Does anyone want him? But he ain't the answer. Yeah, it's and Vernon Butler, waste of money. He obviously you got to figure out him. And like I said, Harrison Phillips is a good rotational guy, but he ain't the guy. So we got a lot of things to address on that defense, guys. Offensively, I'll be honest with you, we don't have that much to address. I would like to get a veteran running back in here and then maybe draft one in the later rounds to compete with Singletary maybe, or just be a RB2. That'd be cool. I'd be cool with that. And maybe the following draft, we go out and get a stud running back. I'm cool with that. But I wouldn't go running back early or anything crazy like that, guys. Then we're just wasting what we really need. You know how Brandon Beane always says, I'm not drafting for a need. All right. I'm not going to draft for a need. I'm going to draft for what's best on the board. Well, guys, this draft coming up, you got to draft for a need. You better. Or we're going to be right here talking about another Bills loss to the fucking Chiefs in the playoffs if you don't start addressing some of the team needs. Just being real, man. I'm being totally real. And yeah, God damn, guys, my head is swirling, man. I don't even know how I'm on here. I don't. Nathan, we got a lot of good players on defensive line, but That's what they are. Good. No, I don't even know if that. I don't. Nathan, I don't agree with that, man. I don't. I think Ed Oliver is good, and I think he's going to get better, and he has gotten better. But let's be real. Star is not what we expected. I thought he had a couple good seasons here. Nothing that like is crazy good. He did okay. But then he stayed out last year, which is fine. Okay. But then he came back this year and he has personal things. Got COVID, right? And then he lost his starting job to Harrison Phillips. It's not good. And Harrison Phillips, like I said, is more of a rotational guy. Let's be real, right? Gregory Rousseau, fine, but guys, he's young, right? He still has a lot to learn in this league. He's only played 1 year in college, and then he didn't even play last year in college, right? Because he opted out. So there's a lot to learn, guys. He's still raw. I don't trust Boogie Basham. I think he's more of a rotational guy from what I see, but we'll see. He's still young. AJ Epinesa, what has he shown you guys? I heard a lot of talk. And I was excited for AJ. I'm like, oh man, this guy, he's coming into camp like a beast. No, man. He did nothing. He had one good game. Other than that, he was nowhere to be found, man. Nowhere to be found, right? Mario Addison's getting old, guys. We only signed him for the 1 year for a reason. Jerry Hughes, I think, is, for as much as I love Jerry Hughes, his time has run out. So what else do you got on the defense, guys, on the line? That's it, right? Let's be real. It's time to address that. It's time to shake it up. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. But if you just keep putting Band-Aids on shit, the bleeding ain't gonna stop. It's not. And look, tonight's the proof, man. We did nothing. To address what we were supposed to address. And look, we got shown out tonight. We are that defense was a joke tonight. And that 13 seconds will be talked about for a long time. It's going to piss a lot of people off here. Bye, Jerry. Yeah. Jerry's. I like Jerry, by the way, but I hope he just retires, bro. Honestly, our DL line is just good at best. Yeah, I don't. It's good. I get it's okay. Honestly, it's okay. They gave up a lot of rushing yards. That's not okay. They don't get to the defense. I mean, I'm sorry, they don't get to the quarterback. They don't put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. So I'm gonna say it's okay. But it's time for Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott to get to work, guys. That's it. Got to get to work. It starts tomorrow. Do you agree now that Sanders was average? Emmanuel Sanders, you talking about? Emmanuel Sanders not average. He's just an older vet, but he didn't play a good game today, but it wasn't a bad game. Listen, when you got Gabe Davis having over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, right? Like, it's cool. I'm kind of glad that Sanders was not a focal point of the offense. The guy, if you want to be real, Thomas, the one guy that I'm disappointed in, the only guy really on offense would be Stephon Diggs. If you want to be really, really real here on offense now. Everybody else, I felt they did fine. Even Dawson Knox, yeah, he wasn't big time in the offense, but he did fine with blocking, stuff like that. Stephon Diggs with 1 reception for 7 yards. That's disappointing. There's no other way to say it. The big stage, the thing that you were pissed about last year, the reason you stayed to watch them celebrate, you figured this guy was going to come out and fucking ball, and he did nothing. Yeah, I know, Motor 10 carries for 26 yards, but listen, we stopped running Motor after that first drive, Thomas. I'll have to go back and watch the film again because I normally do. But I know and I remember that they went away from the running game, which was fine. I don't blame them for going away from the running game because the passing game was fine. It was there. Listen, Thomas, if we went to that offense, how we did in that second half early on, we're maybe talking different right now. We were playing power. I don't know what we were doing in that first half. You know what we were doing? We were trying to keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. The same fucking stupid ass game plan that we did the first time around. Right? Control the clock, blah, blah, blah. Like, let's run, let's do that. Fuck that noise. Just let Josh be Josh. Go down and score because it might be a shootout. Right? Like, we should have had more points than fucking 14 by the first half. I'm sorry. You see, when our offense got going in that second half, it could have been that the way the whole time. But Dable was not calling that game plan for Josh Allen through the first half. He didn't do it. And when he did it, it was too late because the defense never got a break. Our defense could not get their offense off the field. So what was it, guys? Back and forth. Scoring. You heard Tony Romo. It's crazy. These guys are scoring left and right, back and forth. But if we would have got to do that, if we were doing that in the first half, we would be up going into halftime. And maybe we're talking different now. Maybe. So I got to blame a little bit on Brian Dable. They tried to run and dominate with long drives. Yeah, stupid. Honestly, stupid. Because listen, that's why I think the offense eventually changed in the second half because they realized that they could not get Kansas City off the field. The Kansas City was going to score. Either score a touchdown or a field goal. It was just inevitable, right? It was going to happen. So I think at that point, they were just like, fuck it. Let's unleash the offense and let the offense just go down there and score within a minute, 2 minutes. I mean, we were scoring in no time. But the problem was, you see, then it was, okay, now it's the Chiefs' time. It's Chiefs' turn. Okay, now it's the Bills' turn. Now it's the Chiefs' turn. Now it's the Bills' turn. And guess what? The Chiefs had the ball last, and we fucking lost. But why didn't we have that mentality just start the game? Just go out there and score. Don't stop playing to the Chiefs' fucking hands, man. I hate that shit. We did that shit last year. It did not work. Stop with the fucking whole game plan where you're trying to keep the Chiefs off the field. Just do your job. Just let the offense do what they do best. And whatever, the defense can't stop them, then it is what it is. Let the offense go back and do what they do. But instead, you didn't. You played this soft-ass, weird offense. First drive, great. After that, I don't know what the fuck happened. Then he had a good finishing drive. But everything in between that first drive and the last drive of the first half was garbage. Total garbage. Should have been up in the halftime. I'm sorry. The Music City Miracle probably influenced not squibbing it just so we're to lose the game. I agree. You know what? That's a good point by you. Kabalogia. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. That is a good point. But I still think they should have done it, man. I still think they should. Maybe not a squib kick, but maybe like a high kick in the corner and let it bounce. We were doing that most of the season, by the way. We were letting Tyler Bass kick it really high in the air and letting our defense get down there and make a play. I don't understand why. Maybe McDermott didn't think they would score in 13 seconds at their own 25. Just saying. That's possible, right? Because I'll be honest with you guys. At first, I was like, kick it out of bounds. Fuck that shit. Because just like he said, anything can happen. They got Tyreek Hill. He's fucking fast. Knowing our luck, they fucking do a kick return and the game's over, right? So at first, I was like, man, 13 seconds there are not going to drive the length, to get to a field goal attempt. And boy, was I fucking wrong. Was I wrong? Dude, agree. All year we were kicking yes, we were doing that play where we kick it sky high to like the caddy corner, and by the time the ball dropped, our special teams was already there. And we did not do it not once in this game. Not once. I think we were there. There's another thing and that's all McDermott, by the way, for playing a little bit too safe, or I guess that's safe. Yeah. And I loved his aggressiveness in the first drive, but then he kind of got passive a little bit, right? And then second half, he didn't. Second half, you saw a little bit more aggressiveness from McDermott, right? He let Josh be Josh. The handcuffs were off. But this wasn't on Josh. This wasn't on the offense. We're going to put this L on the defense. There's no other way to tell you guys that. It's a defense. There's no excuse. The defense let us down. Let me go through the stats of the Chiefs real quick. Let's see here. Oh, man. I got so many people talking shit to me, too. I fucking hate people who talk shit, man. It's all good, man, but don't fucking... If you're not a fan of the Chiefs, you got no fucking room to talk. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit, man. Your teams are at garbage. I get my team needs a little work, but we're getting there. Don't come here and talk trash when you're a fucking Dolphin fan or a Patriot fan. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like that, don't talk to me. If you're a Chiefs fan, fine. You can fucking talk shit, but I don't want to hear it from some fucking garbage-ass team fan base. Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. Patrick Mahomes, 33 of 44, 378, 3 touchdowns. He fucking worked us, man. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches for 150 yards. He worked us. Travis Kelce had a good game, 8 catches, 96 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, that was it, man. They didn't do much against us defensively. I'm telling you guys. I thought if we would have just played that style of football that we played in the second half, we would have had more than fucking 36 points, in my opinion. And I think that the Chiefs would have been playing more of a catch-up than anything. Because it seemed like every time we score, they scored, but they were up because they were up to begin the second half. They went up 17-14 with the field goal. And, and then they scored a touchdown. And then we're down fucking 10, right? Or 9 because the guy missed the extra point. But it was just like playing catch-up at that point. And then it was just like, okay, let's unleash Josh, which they should have unleashed Josh from the fucking beginning of the game. All right, now we're unleashed Josh. Now we're going to unleash our offense. Go have it. By the way, Matthew, for their safety, was out the whole game. Right away, he pretty much missed the whole game. That was there all night, guys. And we finally went to it, and it was just a little bit too late, man. A little bit too late. And that is on who? That's on fucking Brian Daboll, man, for not recognizing that play was open every time for Gabriel Davis or even Stephon Diggs. We just did not go over the top, man, until the second half. I don't understand. And that's on Daboll there. So there's a lot to really blame, I guess you could say, a lot to go around. But Frazier and McDermott for the defensive meltdown is the main people, if you want to point fingers with this loss. Yes, Soul Planet. 30 seconds, LOL. 13 seconds, LOL. I agree. Fucking miserable. Thomas, I thought they would have been a lot of passing up the middle. So sad to see the first half running. Yeah, I really don't get it. Like, I don't mind the running in the Patriots game because you're in Buffalo. It's cold, freezing, a little windy or whatever. Like, I get that. But you're in Kansas City. The weather was just fine. You saw that Josh was dropping fucking dimes. Josh was threading the needle. He was throwing fucking beautiful passes, and you unleashed them too late. Unleashed them too late, and that's on Brian Daboll. And this is why I keep telling you guys, Ken Dorsey will be godsend. He will be what we all been waiting for an OC. I promise you guys. Listen, if I'm wrong, you guys can come on here. If he's our next OC, which I believe he will be. But if we play bad under Ken Dorsey, if this offense stinks, then yes, bring it at me, man. Tell me, Tommy, you were fucking wrong. I will eat crow all day. But I don't believe that's going to be it. I believe Ken Dorsey's going to make this offense a lot better. We're going to be a high-scoring offense. You're going to see a lot more Josh Allen unleashed, basically. You're gonna see this offense tweaked up to another level under Ken Dorsey. Dable was just caught up in his own bullshit a lot of the times. I'll be honest with you. He's one. I don't understand where his head's at in some of these games. I don't get it. But I can't blame it all on Dable. Patriots captain Matthew Slater called heads twice for both overtime Super Bowl 51 and against the Chiefs in 2018. Think Josh would have learned a front row seat in the division, just facts. You know what's funny? I always pick heads, but Josh always picks tails. Anytime I ever see an overtime from us, Josh has always picked tails. That's just what he does, but I agree. I always pick heads. But guys, fucking A, man. Man, I had 6 entries. Same in main showdown. I didn't have much time before lock. 3 minutes to make lines. And I had Sanders and captain instead of Davis. And if I had Davis, I would have won. Whoa. Fuck. What were you doing? Oh, man, that sucks, dude. It's a shit ton of money, bro. I feel bad for you, bro. I'm sorry, man. That's a lot of money. Yes, you will. 100K. Good Lord. Man. Well, guys, man, I'm sorry that I've been blabbing on and like it's tough coming on here after a loss, especially a playoff loss, and especially a playoff loss to the Kansas City Chiefs again. It's fucking tough. It's going to be a long off season. I got to admit, it's going to be a tough. This is a tough pill to swallow. It is, because I truly believe we win that game. Come on, guys. We beat Cincinnati in Buffalo. We're going to the Super Bowl. And yeah, it is what it is, man. We're here and we're going home. The team's going home in Buffalo, and it's time to regroup and think about our next step. I mean, this is how football is, guys. It sucks. It hurts, but I have tough skin, man. I'm used to it, man. I gotta be real. I lived through all 4 Super Bowls, guys. All 4. So, what's that tell you? Right? Wide right? Fucking amen. Who do we get when we traded the draft? We got Trey White, man. Tre'Davious White, which is all good, man. Love Trey White, bro. And look who we got. We got Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a fucking dog out there. This was probably one of the funnest, even though we lost, it was a really good game, guys. If you're not a fan of either team and you're just a football fan, you're watching this game tonight, you are like, wow, what a fucking game, right? But if you're a Bills fan, you are fucking hurting like me, man. That's tough. But guys, Super Bowl losses, I mean, I've been through them. You want to talk about fucking heartbreak? 4 in a row, right? You want to talk about heartbreak, wide right. I mean, that was the game to win, was the Giants game. The Washington Redskins, they were a really tough, really good team that year. I don't think anyone would have beat the Redskins. And Dallas had such a complete team, guys. The Giants was the one. And that was heartbreaking. It was fucking heartbreaking. And then after that, it was just misery. It was a shit show here in Buffalo for many seasons until Sean McDermott got here and Brandon Beane. And that's why I'm saying I'm not ready to say get rid of the coaches and Brandon Beane is terrible or something like no. Come on, let's be real, guys. If you're a fan, as long as I am, you got to be proud of what they've done up to this point. However, Going into our 6th year now, right? It needs to happen. You got to get us to the Super Bowl, bud. Or then I will be saying, okay, somebody has to go, and that somebody would be Sean McDermott. I'm going to be real with you guys. And I like Sean McDermott. I love Sean McDermott. But I'm going to give him one more season, guys. Because there are certain coaches that can maybe get you, are just good enough to get you to the playoffs, but not great enough to get you to the promised land. Could Sean McDermott be that guy where he's just good enough to get you there, but not great enough to get you over that, over that hump into the promised land of the Super Bowl trophy, right? It's very possible. I mean, very, very possible. And I've seen it before in multiple different sports where there's a coach that, I'll give you an example, guys. If you watch basketball, Flip Saunders, because I'm a Piston fan. Flip Saunders was a very good coach in Minnesota. He was always getting his team to the playoffs. Then he came to us, always getting us to the playoffs. But he could never get past a certain point. He got stuck. Is Sean McDermott that guy? Does he just get stuck at a certain point? Is he just not good enough to beat the better coachings in the playoffs? It's possible. It's possible, guys. I don't know. At this point, maybe I'm not thinking right because that was a fucking heartbreaking loss. But I would say one more year, I'll give him. If he can't get us to the Super Bowl next season, then you got to really start thinking about what you're going to do for the head coach, because it's like, okay, man, yeah, you got us to the playoffs again. That's 5 out of 6 years. But what are we doing? We're getting knocked out in his first, second round. Like, so what at this point? It does nothing. So you got to have results, man. Eventually, you can't just keep going over and over, right? Like, you're just holding out for hope that your coach is going to finally get it right. We'll see, though. I'm not ready to give up on him yet, but they're they got a lot of work to do in the offseason, guys. They got a lot of work to do. And I'll be there. I'll be there along on the ride with them. See here. The big V90. Any worry about the other young quarterbacks coming up in the AFC? AFC is going to be more stacked than it ever has. Straight fist fights. Yeah, the big V. I agree. I mean, they're Joe Burrow, fucking beast. Herbert, beast. The verdict's still out on Tua and Mac Jones, so I'm not too concerned on him. Quarterback for the Jets is still very, very young, and he didn't have a very good rookie season. So am I concerned? I think it's going to be a fun ride, but Josh Allen's still very young. Very young. He just got drafted in 2018. So no, I think it'll be a fun for the NFL. Really good playoff games, to see these young guys. But no worry about that. But you got to address the defense. Brandon Beane has to get to work, man. And you can't be so stingy on these trades, bro. I keep saying it, man. I hate keep going back to that, but it's like, man, why don't you add some pieces when you had a chance, man? This is so fucking frustrating. And then the other thing too, like I said, you're not going to draft a cornerback. Then why didn't you get one in free agency? There was guys out there still that needed work, decent cornerbacks, and we didn't do it. We just stuck to what we had, and it kind of bit us in the ass. Once again, I'll keep saying it. Came back and bit us in the ass because we didn't really make any moves. And I get it. It's tough because we had the salary cap thing, right? Because what'd you do? It was tough, right? You had Matt Milano. You had to pay Matt Milano. Matt Milano came on a good deal, guys. I got to give Brandon Beane credit for that. That was a great signing. Darrell Williams, at first, I thought that was a good signing. He did not live up to his contract. So, obviously, it's a bad signing, but At the time, you can't hate on it, right? Then you pay Josh Allen, which is well worth it. Because trust me, if they didn't pay Josh Allen, that contract that you see now would be even more. Josh would want even more. So it's good to get him locked up. I'm not mad at that. Teron Johnson, maybe a little too early on him to give him that kind of money, but I think as a young player, maybe he can get to that point where he earns his contract, right? So there wasn't a lot of wiggle room to sign big free agents, but you could have traded for some. You could have figured it out on the cap. You always could figure it out. There's always a way, guys. And I just felt like Brandon Beane just was like too comfortable with what he had on the roster already and maybe thought that it was good enough to beat the Chiefs, and it was not. Muhammad, this is arrogance. Yes, I know that is arrogance 100%. The Big V, Josh isn't cheap anymore. The other ones are. Yeah, exactly. A couple guys might be hitting the road to make room for cheaper options. No, Josh is. I'm not saying it's a cheap deal, but just like as the salary cap goes, the longer you wait, the bigger the contracts get. So in a way, it is a cheap deal. And if you see how the contract's structured, he's still on his rookie deal, I believe next year, and then it kicks in. So it's actually not a bad deal at all. If you break down the numbers, I'm very curious on what they do with Tremaine Edmonds. That's interesting. Do they pay Tremaine, or do they say, you know what, it's not worth it? And we're gonna draft a linebacker. We're gonna get a free agent, another guy to come in and play alongside Matt Milano. Because, like I told you guys earlier, I was all on board with getting Tremaine the money, because he's still very young, and I don't think he's as bad as like a lot of mafia get on him. But boy, it's like some of these big games, he just doesn't show up. And for as freakish of an athlete that he is, well, I mean, what does he? No big plays by him, no sacks, no interceptions, no forced fumbles, nothing. Well, what is he doing in these big games? Right? He doesn't do anything that goes, wow. Whew. Thank God we got Tremaine. I think he's just there. So I mean, they got decisions to make, man. They got decisions to make with Tremaine. Josh Allen will have an amazing stats heavy career like Dan Marino, which isn't bad at all. Bad will lead him to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, listen, I still think this team could get, and I agree with that. Josh Allen is heading in that right direction. Still obviously very early to talk Hall of Fame, but he proved again to any doubters that were still left out there, that he is that guy. And he proved it tonight. Tonight was not his fault. He had a great game. He had a very good season. And everybody before the season, not everybody, but a lot of people were saying, is he going to regress? Is he going to go back to the under 60% completion percentage? Is he going to go back to the, Josh Allen who fumbles the ball, or the Josh Allen that tries to do too much and throws an interception? And Josh Allen, I think, proved the critics wrong. And any critic that's out there still is a fucking retard. I'm sorry if I shouldn't say that. Is a fucking idiot. And they're just lying to themselves, because that's not the case. Josh Allen has proven to everybody, especially after tonight, that he could be a leader, that he could do it all, that he could put his football team on his back and carry them. It's just unfortunately he doesn't play defense. Okay. Maybe if he played defense, we win the game tonight. I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe he's back there. He gets a strip fumble, right? Josh Allen wins us the game on defense. Fuck, guys, man. I'm so disappointed, man. Josh Allen is today's version of Big Ben. I disagree. So Big Ben was a fucking baller, by the way, when he first came out in the league, and he's a Hall of Famer in my opinion, but he's way more athletic than Big Ben ever was. If you're going to be really honest, he's faster than Big Ben. I think he has a bigger arm than Big Ben, though Big Ben had a big arm. I think Josh Allen has the best arm in football as far as strength goes. I mean, that's what every receiver has said it. And athletically, I think he's better than Big Ben on his feet. He can do a lot more than Big Ben. Big Ben was just a tough son of a bitch who ran and didn't give a fuck about sliding. But no, I think Josh Allen is gifted a little bit more talent, a little bit more athletically than Big Ben. But I get where you're going with that. Justin, Trey White needs to be back. Fucking man. And Trey White's not going to be back for a little bit. He probably will miss most of training camp, from what I heard. So he will be back in time for next season, but he's going to miss a lot of training camp. That's not good. That means a lot of rust. How will he be after that surgery? You know what I mean? I mean, you have a big injury like that. It's tough to kind of bounce back and be who you once were. And let's just pray and hope that Trey White could be that player that he was before the injury, because he is our number one guy on defense as far as cornerback. And it showed tonight how badly he was missed. Muhammad, good night. I am heading to bed. I don't blame you. I'm going to bed soon too. Oh man. Hey guys, listen, real quick before I let you go. I'll probably be here Thursday for Thursday Night Uncensored at 7. But this Saturday coming up at noon, I'm gonna have ex-Buffalo Bills offensive lineman Marquez Sullivan on the show. So it should be a really good talk. If you guys don't know Marquez Sullivan, he's a really good guy. He played for the Buffalo Bills 2001, 2002, 2003. And he will be my guest on Saturday at noon. So I hope you guys tune into that. And I will also be on Friday on hashtag sports channel at 7:30 on Tailgate Talk with Mikey. And we're going to be going over this loss. And I'm sure I'll have a little bit more to say once my mind is cleared up, because tonight was just me rambling. I apologize. It's just it was a tough game, and my mind is just swirling. But I appreciate you guys coming on here. I really do. After a loss, it's never easy. I know you guys are just as angry and pissed and sad and whatever you're feeling right now, just like I am. But the show must go on. And the Buffalo Bills must address some stuff in this offseason. And we will be talking to you guys about that all season, all off season. So, guys, I still love my Buffalo Bills. You guys are the best. I appreciate everybody coming on tonight, man. I know it's tough one. But go Bills. Go Bills Mafia. You guys still are the best, man. I love you guys. And I'm out of here. Have a good night.